Bonjour and welcome to all of you comic book geeks, readers and collectors to another top 10 of the week. Welcome. And I've just got the 10. My time has been limited. If you follow me on threads, I think you might know about my shenanigans in the garage, trying to assemble my collection in one place, all together, all at once, for probably the first time in 20 odd years. Because I did used to have my collection all together in a little cupboard at home with my mum and dad. When I used to live with I used to have them all in little cardboard files and I used to write on them. So it was all very, very well organised. A to Z. Oh, so well organised. So this isn't the first time I've ever had my collection organised, but it's the first time in a very, very long while. So that's why I haven't done anything different other than a haul video and this one today, which I hope you will enjoy. The top 10 of the week, we'll do, of course we'll do cover of the week, and of course we'll do book of the week, of which there are 2. Until I get to the end of this little row of beautiful comics, I just don't know. No, I think I do. No, I don't. Yeah, no, I think I do. There are no DC. Just going to let you know. There's no DC in this top 10 of the week. It's still heavily slanted towards independent image and independence. I'm really, really struggling with DC at the moment. One of my top ones, Wonder Woman, with Daniel Sampere's beautiful art, and I've really enjoyed Tom King's run so far. This Mice Men Knows, can't wait for it to be over. Yeah, I want my laughs elsewhere, really. I want it fun. I want it like, listen, Mark Waid can deliver, but I don't know what it is about the tone of this book has really changed. So, struggling. And obviously, we're nearly at the end of this one, so it isn't going to be, even though it's Evan Cagel's beautiful art. Maybe when we get to the end, I think, is it next month? It's gone, it's done. Thank God for that. Perhaps it deserves sit down calmly and read it in a complete way, because I love Ram V. This one just hasn't worked for me, apart from going mental and exclaiming cuckoo. But they are 3 DC books that are in, I think I might have said this last month, if Sampere leaves Wonder Woman and Tom King carries on like that, I'm going to be done. I'm going to be bye now. Shall we get on with the top 10? I hear you cry. Yes, I will, I retort. We're going to start up with the gaudy brilliance of Philip Kennedy Johnson and Nick Klein's in this issue. It is such an over-the-top horror. Not that it hasn't been for 30 issues. The beauty of his artwork. And I'm not praising, I'm not giving him this praise lightly. I was looking at his artwork and I was thinking, you are a worthy successor to Bernie Wrightson in the horror department. And I do not give that praise lightly, I reiterate. Nick Klein's artwork on this has been a beautiful thing. My only lament is that he hasn't stayed on it for every single issue. Just do what Image do, and they have a break and come back. Or just start the book off and give yourself enough lead-in time. It's not hard to organise, is it? Come on, gang. But anyway, this has been a beautiful thing. Issue 30 is the final issue. Next month's going to be Infernal Hulk. basically this horror storyline is now, well, it's going to continue in the Infernal Hulk. So I know that's not much of a review, but after 30 issues, what do you want me to say? I think you all get it by now, don't you? Because I want to keep it spoiler light. I want to keep it spoiler free, just in case you're picking these comics up. But that was a good ending. A good ending. Issue 2. Yeah, I think this was my book of the week, wasn't it? Issue 1. I think I was singing its praises all over Comic Book Town. Yeah, issue 2 carries on in the same vein, over the top. Oh, properly over the top explosions of violence, introducing or fleshing out a couple of the ensemble of characters that we are going to need, apart from Kingpin. Apart from Kingpin and Tombstone, we are going to need that ensemble of characters around the Punisher to liven up the storylines, to lend the threat to what's going on. Otherwise, if it's just the Punisher just slaughtering everyone, it gets boring really quick, doesn't it? Introducing a character from the Punisher's past that put a little smile on my face. Not that to be fair, he's not in a good place, but the introduction of that old character that was what put a smile on my face, not what he's going through. So I'm not that sadistic. And look what Doctor Doom's going through. Oh, getting even though this scene doesn't appear in the comic, he is knocking Doctor Doom out, but he's using a tool. No spoilers. See what I mean? You know what I mean? But this storyline has been really, really intriguing for me. I think it says to be concluded next month. Yes. So that's a weird 9 issues. I think this could have been a lot more succinct. There was good stuff in this. That's why it's in my top 10. Very, very good stuff. And Doctor Doom coming to, almost like coming to terms with what he's done. But not that he's worries me, but it didn't need an entire issue. I actually thought halfway through this, this is the end. This is where we find out how everyone defeats Doom, and it's going to be something unexpected. But no, they're going to take another issue to do it. And that's what made me kind of think about how stretched out this book has been, or this series has been. Nevertheless, I thoroughly enjoyed it. And there's something about America at the moment I've noticed, and what's going on over there. And I'm not going to we don't go there. I'm particularly not going to go into the politics of stuff, because I've already moaned at Tom King. So, but just bear with me, because just a thought from the old hog, right? That I think there's a reason why, and this is in my top 10 as well. Captain America is fighting Doctor Doom. We've got one world under Doom. I don't know, it just seems like there's something very, very emotional going on at the moment over in America. And the Doctor Doom, the parallel, people are finding themselves really inspired by events, by their leaders, or lack of. That I think it's really adding weight to the Dooms and because obviously in this issue, Captain America, this is almost like a fight issue between him and. There's a lot more going on in this comic. It's the best Captain America has been for a long while, and what I like about it is that it goes in hard. There are consequences. There are people dying. There are governmental shenanigans that aren't good, that Cap at the moment doesn't know about. There's 2 strands to the story. I do thoroughly recommend this, guys. If you've just thought, oh God, like, you know, Brubaker was that run could never be topped. Believe me when I say this is great. Zdarsky is doing some lovely, lovely work on this. And like I say, I really, really don't want to spoil it for people if you're going to be buying into it. So that's for Marvel. And I do give them a hard time, by the way. If you're new here, welcome. But I'm not, obviously I'm a lifelong Marvel fan, but I do give Marvel a hard time. And you won't see a lot of X-Men, well, you won't see any in my videos. You won't see certain titles. But when they're good, I will say it. Same with anyone. Image, though, just seem to be knocking it out of the park again for me. It will be my go-to before the so-called big two. I don't know. Do we still call them the big two? Because they're not very big anymore, are they? But this is that wonderful westernized manga style that the Ludo Lullaby. No. Ludo Lullaby. Lullaby is, anyway, about the stranger that turns up and poor old, what's her name? Ghost Pepper. She's a street chef, a street food vendor. That this mysterious stranger turns up. We're learning about his backstory and the backstory of this planet, and it's good. It's good manga sci-fi mashup in a comedic way. I'm really, really enjoying it. Like there's a big this guy, our mysterious stranger, is a blast from the past. Now I'm trying to keep this non-spoiler, so forgive me. Where he's a blast from the past, but you've got this big grunt of a soldier with all the tech around him, the jets and the guns and all that, and he's got his little robot on his shoulder, his little companion. But in the meanwhile, all she's trying to do is earn a living. And that's the comedic flavour to it. See what I did there? I didn't even write that down. It just flows, man. It just flows. This is what you come here for. This is what you subscribe for. Yes. These nuggets of inspiration. I've used that word once before, haven't I? These it's just glorious. That's why you're here. You want that. You want it. What we also want is Popeye, the Sailor Man, in I Hate Fairyland. Yes, welcome back to another month where, whatever week I Hate Fairyland Fairyland. My tongue can't keep up with the words sometimes, can it? That's what happens when you're a waffler. The tongue just loses the bit. I Hate Fairyland. I Hate Fairyland is in my top 10 every month. New artist on this, who I've never heard of before, but following on in Jay Fosgit, following on in the grand tradition of Scotty Young finding great cartoony artists to follow on in his stead. We do not miss a beat. But obviously Poppy then. I do get excited, don't I? Obviously Popeye and Olive Oil are out of copyright because they're both in this issue. Spoiler alert. You don't care about that one, do you? Because if you're not on this by now, issue 45, just go out and buy a couple of trades, particularly the first 2, maybe 3. Because if I was gonna be critical of it, it's all more of the same. But can't we say that about every ongoing saga of our favourite characters? I just look forward to the further adventures of Gertrude every month in I Hate Fairyland. Enough said. Further Adventures of Battle Beast. This is the last in the first story arc, so you can all scurry off if you're trade waiting. It is well worth it. And to be fair, these two books they're like opposite ends of the spectrum, but they're both very, very tongue-in-cheek. You know, this is absurd, gross humour in a fantasy land. And then we've got absurd, really, really gross violence in a sci-fi setting. And if it wasn't for Ryan Ottley's sumptuous artwork, his artwork is glorious. Without that artwork, this would be a bit dull, because it is a continual fight scene. So that's all I have to say about that. But in the meanwhile, Kirkman is punctuating it with moments of humour, and again, the back characters. You do need the back characters 100% in stories like this. It can't just be Battle Beast, even though it's gross and over the top what he does in this issue to defeat the enemy. Almost. Cliffhanger alert. No, it's just a bundle of fun, but Ryan Ottley's artwork is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And so is Dougie Braithwaite's artwork. Here I go again. His artwork, Doug Braithwaite. That's a bit. Might have to edit that. That's a bit culturally inappropriate. Apologies for that outburst. I thought I was being funny then, but it's not funny, is it? Anyway, Dougie Braithwaite's artwork in this, like I said on issue 1, I didn't know how they was gonna. The guy who's writing it, Venditti, I think he's like he writes these things called books. I don't know if he'll catch on, but what's his first? I've got to use his first name now, haven't I? Venditti is the name on the thing, but like, come on, I'll find his. No, they don't even give you his first name. I forget his first name in the first issue. Anyway, Venditti is a writer of books and such. I was curious after the first issue, which was really an explosive setup for the basic storyline of a sinking submarine and two characters trying to survive. This issue, I've got to admit, my eyebrows were well raised when I picked this up. I thought, no, here's where he falls down. Here's where it gets boring. No, I'm here to tell you, guys, second issue. And you can see how he's going about telling the story now. You can see how he's going about it, and I'll tell you how he's going about it. What he's doing is the characters involved. It's not all about what they're doing in this sinking submarine at the moment. It's this second issue is stepping back and giving us a bit of background to one of the other characters in the story. So we now know the background of one of the main characters from the first issue, second issue background, and a little bit of fighting and whacking each other over the head. Come on, we want that, don't we? It's comics. Come on, it's comics. Right. That is my top 8 in no particular order. These two books now are at the pinnacle of what you can do with this format, with this medium. And this is what I love so much about comics. The first one up, Bad Idea, of which Survive is also there. They're becoming my new favourite thing. They really are. This glorious, letting me know the story on the back. First issue, Matt Kint You know we need a little bit of a clue when Matty Boy is writing a story. You know we need a little bit of a hint about what you on about, mate. So I'm so grateful to Bad Idea for that, right? But it's not a confusing read. I'm just, I'm joshing. But look at this beautiful glossy cardstock cover. It's issue 1, and the artwork, Giorello. I actually got his name right, man, looking at it. Giorello's artwork is stunning. In conjunction with, is it Andrea? Who's the colorist? So one day I'll start writing all this stuff down. Oh no, it's Diego Rodriguez is the colour artist. I think it was Andrea. Where did I get Andrea from? Oh, anyway, Giorello's artwork is beautiful, and this is a sci-fi superhero romp with time travel. All right, yeah, stay with me. There is a lot going on here, a lot. And just when you're thinking, so they introduce us to a group of superheroes, of which our time travelling main character, to keep it non-spoilery, what he can basically do is go back in time, step back in time. Is there a song now? It was Kylie, wasn't it? Step Back in Time. Do you remember that one? No, I'm not going to sing it. All I can do is step back in time. Yeah, just look it up. All right, I couldn't resist that because Kylie's my favourite. Anyway, he can step back in time like Kylie in that video where she wears the cowboy hat and she does the Charleston. Do you remember that video? See, you all remember now, don't you? You all remember. He can step back in time. I've got to find another phrase because this comic is worthy of so much praise. Like I say, beautiful artwork. Matt Kint leads us down the garden path thinking, oh, what's he going to do? What's he going to do? And the final panel on the final page is such a jaw drop where you think like, oh yeah, he stepped back in time with his superhero chums, and oh yeah, they're to save the world. Yeah, they'll do it again. They'll try it again. Because the conceit of this is that they keep trying it and he keeps stepping back in time and bringing them. He's the only one who remembers, by the way. He ages. And right at the end, Matt Kint just drops a bombshell where you think, oh wow, beautiful. The writing is just as beautiful as the artwork in this. Sensational. I thoroughly enjoyed it. And that just nailed it. But book of the week, guys, I've got to say, just for the ongoing commitment of Alex Hawley in this, look at that. A fully painted wraparound cover. Okay, thank you, Alex. Thank you very much. And then you go inside. It's taken him a year to fully paint a story of King Conan to celebrate the 25th issue of this title. And Titan they had some issues with the magazine, Savage Sword. With this, they hit the ground running and they have not dropped the ball once. Consistent quality. And this was totally, because I try to stay away from reading too far ahead and building up my expectations. So I should have known that Alex Hawley was fully rendering through painting this issue, right? I didn't. But that's the surprise when I open it up. It's like, wow, I'm glad I didn't know. If I was looking forward to this for 3 months, I don't know. Well, I can't think of anything that might have disappointed me, but a fully painted King Conan. story. And it is a beautiful thing that Jim Zub, who's the regular writer on Conan, so it's just, he just weaves a tale that, and the end, again, the ending, the last panel, the last page, and then that last panel, and the character that, or the antagonist in this story that's been annoying everyone in King Conan's palace all the way through, right at the end. Yes. Nails it. Honestly, nails it. Book of the week. Now, what is going to be cut? So that is my book of the week out of my top 10. What is going to be cover of the week, I hear you ask? Well, I mean, as beautiful as that is, it doesn't really tell you a lot, does it? You know, it's, all he wants to do is step back in time. Like Kylie. No, that's not it. I thought this was glorious. You've got a character called Battle Beast, who is a blood-soaked beast fighting another beast. So that's got to be in contention. This did make me laugh, to be fair. Popeye must be, because they actually do call him Popeye. So he's obviously well out of trademark, whatever you call it now. So Scotty Young is properly gunned for it. Oh, I ain't going to carry on. No, Foggit. That's the new artist's rendition of Popeye. But this was a top contender for me, because Ben knocking out and all of Doom's mask splintering, I think that is a beautiful illustration. Definitely in the contention with Conan, like for cover of the week. Them two, look, different genres, but beautiful covers that would attract your attention. I mean, the Hulk versus Abomination, yeah, standard fare, but still beautiful stuff from Nick Klein. I did like this one. Hello, Dark. These are all good covers, to be fair, but I just like the kid's scared face, like she's by the lamplight, look, as if she's just switched it on, and the kid in the background's thinking, "Oh my God, I'm in trouble." I did like this Amazing Spider-Man cover. I like the way, I love it when they use the logo and someone spends some time in the editorial and art department to mash it up on the cover. That was good. Punisher with lasers on him. That's gonna like a laser. That's gonna suck me into a Punisher cover. But without any further ado, it has to be the double for Conan this week. It has to be, just for the sheer artistic dedication from Alex Hawley here, and Jim Zub weaving in so much of Conan's past from the books and the comics in a kind of time travel-y tale. This was a beautiful thing, guys. This was a beautiful thing. And I think if you're a sexy subscriber, I think you're already picking this up, ain't you? Let me know in the comments if you're not, because you're missing out. I hope you enjoyed that. I'm sorry it's quick. I'm still trying to sort out the collection at Garage and I really should do a deep dive on this. I might try and do it separate, actually. This and Next Wave, whatever it's called. New Wave, New Day, whatever it's called. What's it called? What's the Matt Kemp one called? Save Now. Save Now, is that what it's called? Oh dear, I don't even know the title of it. Anyway, until next time, I hope you enjoyed that, guys. Great comics. And until next time, I'm going to bid you all adios.